slaving over the stove for you guys.
Yay!
Okay.
What is it?
All right, so who here likes food, games, music, and great clothing? All right, so at least we're all on the same page. Well, the culture I'd like to talk to you about today and introduce you a little bit about is, of course, the Scottish. And I decided to take you into a little bit of my background. I am part Scottish. My family name is Kelso. It actually comes from my great-grandma's side, which is a little weird at times, but I love my family. I want to start off actually talking about the food. So we have your traditional haggis, which is made of sheep's pluck. If anyone wants to know what pluck is, it's actually sheep heart, liver, and lungs. It's also made with oatmeal, onion, suet, spices, salt, and stock. Suet, it's a seasoning.
Okay.
Yes. Really makes you hungry, doesn't it? My next favorite, of course, you have your traditional fish and chips. They're close to England. They kind of share some of the same foods. My favorite, the meat pie. Usually has either lamb or beef in it, and it's covered with potato. Usually you have your different vegetables in there. You just bake it. Comes out really good, nice and hot. Had it a few times. And then, of course, there are their desserts, and my treat for you today is Scottish shortbread, which is what I have over there, and it's made with 4 ingredients, surprisingly. It has a cup of butter, it has 3/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 whole cups of flour to make one great batch of homemade shortbread cookies. I would now like to cover with you guys a little bit about their clothing. This here is your traditional Scottish attire. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. You have your jacket, and it's usually over just a plain shirt. You have your, of course, your buckle and your belt to help keep everything on, just like we do nowadays. Guys, don't want to lose your pants or your kilt. It'd be embarrassing. I'm actually going to skip the center for a moment, just because I want to spend a little bit of time there with you. Down here, you got your Sagan Duben. It's actually a small knife that they keep tucked in the top of their socks, or as they call them, their hoses. Yes, some of them can be like nylons almost, a little thicker. A lot of them are made out of wool. But that knife was actually back in the days when they went out hunting. It was actually to help butcher the animal, and it was usually the servants or the peasant boy that carried it. You have your flashes, which are the colored tassels that are attached to the socks and their shoes. And now I'm going to get actually to the meat of the matter, the kilt.
Yeah.
The Sephoran is actually a leather pouch that they wear at the front. It's actually like a man's purse. Okay. It's funny, yes, but it was great. You can keep just about anything in there. The kilt, or it was also called a tartan, is made out of several different colors, usually wool. The colors represent your clan and what portion of Scotland you actually came from. So each clan actually had their own different weave and color patterns for their kilt. Now for most people, this is your traditional Scotsman. Braveheart, thank you very much for ruining the image of the Scottish. But nowadays, this is actually what most Scotsmen would wear. You have your vest and tie with your nice white shirt and a jacket. And then you have your dress kilts, which are usually in black, with the Sephoran as well. And the last thing I want to talk to you about today is the games. You have the hammer throw, which also we have here in our games. All it is a heavy weight attached to a stick, and you just launch it. You have the weight throw. Once again, a heavy weight attached to a string. Guess what you do with it? Throw it. My favorite, the pipes, which I have been playing for you here. They actually have competitions with multiple groups get together and actually compete to see which band sounds better. And it's usually pipes and drums. And it's actually really fascinating to watch them compete against each other. And the last one, which I think there's only a handful of guys in here who might be able to pull this off, is the caber toss.
Oh.
Or for most people, Americanize it, it's the telephone pole throw. This pole is absolutely huge. But that is just a little bit about me and the Scottish tradition and heritage, and I hope that this has given you guys a little bit of a taste of the Scottish, and if you'd like to learn anything more, I'd love to answer any questions, and if you want the rest of the recipe on how to finish making those shortbread cookies, I'd love to give that to you. Thank you.